Thank you so much. And it's a real pleasure and honor to be here with Jagmeet. As mentioned, my name is Lisa Roberts. I am nominated to run in the next federal election for the NDP in Halifax. I was also previously an MLA in the Nova Scotia NDP caucus and served as housing critic for most of my time in the provincial legislature between 2016 and 2021. In that time and since that time, here in Halifax, we have heard countless stories of how hard, even impossible, it is to find an affordable place to rent. And many people who are renters and who do have currently an affordable and safe and adequate home are worried because they see the stories that keep popping up with incredible frequency of buildings being sold and all of the current tenants or many of the current tenants being rent-evicted, sometimes because the properties are actually old and actually need major renovations, in some cases because it's just really convenient for the landowner and for the property owner to move out folks who used to rent at low income, who used to rent at affordable rent, and reposition that building to make much more profit. Having a decent and affordable place to live is not a luxury. It is an absolute necessity. And right now in Halifax, one bedrooms are renting for approaching $2,000 a month. That is up $500 since 2021. And since the Liberals have been in power, we have lost 25% of our affordable housing stock. That's more than 8,000 homes, 8,140 homes that used to be affordable in Halifax, where people could actually live. In February, we had another case in Dartmouth where an entire building was rent-evicted, resulting in the loss of 9 affordable homes. And renters deserve and they need so much better. New Democrats want to ensure that affordable homes are there to give people options and to make our communities healthy and affordable. Today, I'm really glad to introduce someone who has a plan to make things better for renters, someone who's out there for Canadians and for our families, and particularly for renters. Jagmeet Singh.
Thanks so much, Lisa. We are so lucky to have Lisa Roberts, who I'll just ask to stand right beside me for the rest of the conference, who's fighting for you here in Halifax. Really proud to have Lisa Roberts as our candidate here in Halifax. As Lisa said, we got to protect renters. We're up against such a serious challenge in our country. Renters are worried they're going to lose their place. They're worried that their rent's going to go up. So we want to protect renters. We want to bring rents down. And what are we up against? We're up against a housing market which has been designed to make a rich investor rich. Has really worked well if you got lots of money, but does not work if you're an everyday family. It just doesn't work for you. And that is not by chance, it's by design. It's been designed that way by liberals and conservatives who've made the laws, who have benefited rich investors. And now we know, after almost 9 years of the liberals, things have gotten worse. Things have gotten worse because they've not made this a priority. They've not made it something that they've taken seriously to make sure people can afford a home, to make sure renters can stay in their home. That's not been their priority. And as Lisa laid out, rents have gone up, the cost of housing has gone up, and people are worried. People are afraid. It's getting harder and harder. So we've got to come up with some solutions. We know for every one affordable home that's built, we're losing 11. That is a losing battle. And we know that the liberals have made things worse, and the conservatives are going to do even worse than that. Because we know that what the conservatives are about. We know that Pierre Poilievre's about. His closest advisors, his closest friends are all lobbyists for big corporations, including big developers. He loves that the way the housing markets work. He wants to continue for it to work the same way. He has taken money from big developers. He wants to continue to see money go to big developers. We've seen what liberals have done, or what conservatives have done when they're in power. We've seen in Ontario, the conservative premier there wanted to sell off public land to billionaire developers, selling them billions of dollars of public land. We know what conservatives do. Pierre Poilievre's chief advisor is a lobbyist for a real estate firm. We know that his campaign director is a lobbyist for one of the largest corporate grocery chains. This is a party directly connected to the powerful corporate groups and interests in our country, and they're not going to make things more affordable. So that's why New Democrats are stepping up for you. And one of the things we want to do is we want to protect renters by putting in place a renters protection fund. I just met with a number of community advocates talking about nonprofit housing and how important it is. If we want to build homes that are affordable, we've got to actually make that a priority. I've spoken with builders and they say very frankly, we got to buy the land at the going rate of the land. We got to build at the going rates for building. We got to use the going rates for buying the materials. If we build, we're going to build more of the same that you see out there. We're going to build more of the condos that you see, more of the houses that you see. That's not going to make life more affordable for you. What we're talking about is let's make it serious that we're going to prioritize renters. So let's protect renters from being rent evicted, which we know is happening again and again. Let's bring down rents. So our renters protection fund would allow not-for-profit groups like the ones that we just met to purchase buildings before they get bought up by rich investors who want to just flip it and make more profit. Let's allow local community groups to buy those buildings and keep them affordable so that people can stay in their homes. And let's bring down the rent. That's what our plan is. A renters protection fund for you and your families to protect renters, to bring down rents, to keep people safe in their homes. While the Liberals have let you down, they're out of touch, and the Conservatives want to sell off land to rich developers and make them richer and make you even worse off. We're fighting for you. We're fighting for people. And with Lisa Roberts as your local member of parliament, you can count on New Democrats to constantly be on your side and fight for you to build that affordable future that we know is possible. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to do that again in French and then look forward to your questions. Donc, c'est clair, on est dans une crise du logement. Ça coûte plus cher pour acheter une maison, mais pour les locataires, c'est impossible de trouver quelque chose d'abordable. Et si vous avez un appartement où vous pouvez payer le loyer, vous avez peur que vous allez le perdre. Et ça, c'est la réalité. Et on sait qu'avec les libéraux, les choses s'empirent. Après presque 9 ans des libéraux, la situation pire que jamais. Et on sait aussi que les conservateurs ne vont pas régler les choses et vont encore empirer les choses parce qu'ils sont trop proches aux riches investisseurs. Et c'est les riches investisseurs qui donnent des dons aux partis conservateurs et sont proches de ces riches investisseurs. Donc, ils ne veulent pas régler ce problème. Les conservateurs et Pierre Poilievre ne veulent pas régler ce problème parce que leurs amis bénéficient de cette situation. Donc, c'est nous, les néo-démocrates, qui veulent changer ça. On a parlé avec les organismes à but non lucratif pour le logement. Ils ont dit qu'on doit garder le logement abordable. Et pour faire ça, on propose d'avoir un fonds pour protéger les locataires. Avec ce fonds, on peut aider les organismes à but non lucratif d'acheter les édifices pour garder le logement abordable. Ça c'est ce qu'on doit faire, c'est ce qu'on veut faire parce que nous sommes là pour vous. Notre priorité, c'est ces organismes, ces communautés, les gens, monsieur, madame, tout le monde. On ne travaille pas pour les riches investisseurs comme les conservateurs. On ne prend pour acquis votre appui, votre vote comme les libéraux. On se bat pour vous parce que nous sommes les néo-démocrates. Je suis tellement fier d'être ici avec notre candidate dans cette circonscription ici à Halifax, Lisa Roberts. Et vous pouvez croire en nous, on va toujours se battre pour vous. Merci. Avec ça, je suis prêt pour vos questions. I'm ready for any questions you might have.
So for folks online, if you have a question, please use the raise hand function to ask a question and follow up. Pour toutes les personnes qui se sont joints à nous via Zoom, je vous inviterai à utiliser la fonction lever la main pour poser une question de suivi. Je ne vois aucune question pour le moment. Is there any questions in person?
No, I think we're good in person, Nina.
All right, so this concludes our press conference. Ceci conclut notre conférence de presse. Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
I want to say a great thank you again to the folks who are joining us, the media that's here. I appreciate that. Again, big thanks to Lisa Roberts and all the housing advocates that were here. Thank you for your great work. Count on us to continue to fight for you. Thanks so much.